My name's Ken Zwak. I'm a lieutenant for the Duluth Police Department. My current assignment is the West Area Commander.
I'm Jim Forsyth. I'm the West Community Officer for the City of Duluth Police Department. I've been in this role about 3 years now, and I've been involved with the Hooked on Fishing program for about that long too.
I'm Joel Hops. I've worked with the Duluth Police Department for approximately 12 years.
Part of my duties are community policing. In part of the community policing program, we go to youth centers and build relationships with kids throughout the city. And one of the ways we build those relationships is we do a program called Get Hooked on Fishing. 4 years ago, I had a great idea to bring back the fishing program because we used to do it, I don't want to age myself, but about 23 years ago when I first started in the police department. And I went to Chief Tuscan, talked to him, and said, hey, what do you think about starting the fishing program again so we can engage with the youth in our communities? And he said, yeah, that's awesome. So we started out, we did it for a couple years, and we went around just to boat landings or anywhere we could fish from shore. And we would pick the kids up and then go fishing from shore.
I'm Antoine. I go to Denfeld High School.
I'm Liam and I go to St. James.
Avery, and I go to Lincoln Middle School.
Then we were able to get some donations from community members, the state of Minnesota, the Urban Community Club, and several other donations to build our boat here, this 30-foot tri-tune for the fishing program. The chief is like, are you kidding me? And I'm like, he says, only you would be able to find a way to work in fishing to policing. And so the program moved ahead.
I'll just walk you through a typical day of what we do. You know, we usually have the kids come down here about 10 o'clock. We leave Pier B. They're nice enough to let us dock our boat here all summer long. So we leave here about 10 o'clock. We'll get kids from various youth organizations throughout the city, the Valley Youth Center, Neighborhood Youth Services, Lincoln Park Boys and Girls Club, and the Heritage Boys and Girls Club. We rely on them to pick the kids and bring down. We also do an open date, which our police department will put a Facebook post out, and we'll recruit kids citywide from there. So the kids show up down here. They're always excited to get on the boat. We'll go out, we'll fish for a couple hours, we'll fish Lake Superior, we'll fish the harbor, sometimes we'll run upriver and see what we can catch up there.
Oh, fish on! You guys gotta go! Woo-hoo!
Hand it back to you. Yep.
How many fish have you caught before?
9.
None? This is the first one?
Yeah.
All right, what do we think it is? You remember?
Probably salmon.
Well, hopefully salmon, right? There. Woohoo! Yeah!
This is the first fish I ever caught.
Salmon dance, then you gotta do that to every rod. All right, you got a fish on.
That thing's pulling.
Ooh, I see the fish on the surface.
What is
I'm
that?
gonna help you a little bit right here. Woohoo!
Is that a lake trout?
Hey,
That fish is as tight as
nice work. I'll take the rod from your arms and cleared. Congratulations. There you go. Right there. Then you're gonna take this hand, grab it underneath, right there. Yep, and just hold it by the tail. Right like that.
My first lake trout I ever caught.
Just a couple stories of why it's so important for these types of programs is when I was a patrol sergeant, there was a at least 3 to 4 different times that I went to police calls. And remember, I did the program 20 to 23 years ago when I used to do it, fishing from shore. And I had 3 or 4 different times, and one time that's super memorable, there was somebody who was having a really bad day, and they were calling for a supervisor, and it was a tense situation. The person was like I said, having a bad day, and I showed up on scene, and it totally de-escalated the situation because they looked at me and said, "Officer's Walk, do you remember me? You used to take me fishing." And literally that whole situation was taken care of, and we were able to handle it, and everybody walked away safe. Everybody walked away literally shaking hands at the end of that police call. And that was at least 15 years prior to when I took somebody fishing. So that's the moral of this program, is building these relationships with the youth and the kids in our community, and and of course their parents that we get to meet along the way.
We'll spend the morning fishing. About noon, we'll either make lunch on the boat. If the kids are older and their attention span is a little bit more, we can do that. We can make lunch right on the boat. Oftentimes we'll go to shore, or we'll go to like Spirit Lake Marina, and we'll use one of their docks. We'll make some lunch for the kids. The kids, sometimes they're a little bit younger. We're pulling from about 8 years old and older. So sometimes the attention span, we need to kind of break the day up a little bit. But then we'll go back out and fish till about 2:30, and then we'll bring them back here, and we kind of turn them loose from there. What this program really means to me is the personification of the police officer. A lot of times these kids' only interaction with a police officer is sometimes the bad. Sometimes it could be the worst day of their family's life. It could be a tragedy, and sometimes that's the only memory that they'll have of a police officer. So it gives us the opportunity to show the kids that cops are regular humans too, and that pays huge forward in the future. Every one of us that's been involved in this program has interactions with these kids out on the street, whether it be at the youth centers or what. They know us by name, and we get to know them by name. It really, I think it kind of restores some faith in police officers with the kids too, because we get to see them in a good light, which isn't always the case. So. It's a great program. I have no doubt that it will continue for years to come, and I'm happy to be a part of it.
This is one way to help show the kids at the youth centers something that I hope that one day that me taking them out on the boat, they'll get hooked on it just like I was.
Just kind of to wrap things up, none of this would happen without the people that sponsor this program, and I just truly want to thank all the folks that not only care about the kids, but care about the Duluth Police Department in building these relationships and in strengthening their community, and building these bonds and donating to this program and making it so successful. And this program is growing year after year after year, and we're getting more and more kids out, and we'll have it at upcoming events at our Kids, Cops, and Cars event that is held right behind us here at Bayfront Park, where we'll have 3,000 people come down, and we'll be giving out pontoon rides just to people to take them under the bridge for their first time. So I'd like to just again thank all our sponsors, and it's all about community and being good community partners, and that's why Duluth is such a great place to live and recreate and work.
My favorite part about today is I was the first one to catch the first fish, and the dancing, because it was working most of the time. And I had fun today. And that was my first fish I ever caught in my whole lifetime.
It was my first time out on Lake Superior today. It was really fun. I caught one fish, it was a lake trout. And yeah, I like doing all the dances that we did to try and get the fish to come and hook. And yeah, it was a really fun day.
My favorite part about today was catching the fish, drinking Gatorades, and having fun and stuff. We caught a couple lake trouts, and it was fun, mostly until I got hot. I fell asleep. We might get a honk.